How goes the family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Happy Monday. It's another beautiful day. It's another beautiful week. And this is the last full week of January. So Valentine's Day is around the corner. If you want some Valentine's apparel for your loved one, check out the online store, my Shopify store. We have some stuff. I'm actually going to add some more stuff on there. And I will create a digital coupon code for the Valentine's Day. And it'll basically just be well, I'm not gonna. I'll announce that later. But yeah, Valentine's sales will be happening on my online store. So check it out. Support your local entrepreneurs. I always greatly appreciate it. Like I said, the pandemic intensified my sales tremendously, and I'm very thankful for that. And because people don't have to buy products on my store. There's so many other stores, online stores to buy from. Shopify, We Buy Black, Amazon's always going to be number one. Etsy, eBay. So I don't take that for granted, one. And then two, it's just like I don't take for granted when I have people that come on my channel. That's why it's made a habit. I have a habit of thanking people 1,000 times because you don't have to be on my channel to watch, to like the content, to watch the content, to subscribe to the content, or even, be engaged in the conversation. Like my two childhood friends, were on last night. We were talking over an hour about just various different relationship issues, sexual things that go on in the world. Not from as far as people who pay for prostitution, things of that nature, which none of us condone, and none of us take part in. But we just we don't even say we don't condone it. We just don't really take part in it. That's just what it is. We're not a fan. We're not active in doing stuff like that. But if you do, that's do you. I'm not mad at you because my mindset is you gotta live your life, and as long as you're not hurting anyone, then it's all good in the neighborhood. As long as you're not hurting kids and molesting kids and raping anybody, then you're good. But if you're doing that, you're not good in my book. You should be thrown under the jail, even in certain instances, shot on sight. But I'll leave it at that. But anyways, today's word of the day. I feel like I'm in rant mode today. I always feel refreshed. I feel way more refreshed now. This year, I'm getting back to the old me in regards to life before the pandemic. It was normal for me to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. It was normal for me to go to bed by 10 o'clock. And it was normal for me to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. And I was just saying to my friends yesterday, I was like, I felt like I got way more done, way more accomplished when I went to bed earlier and got up earlier. And I'm getting back into that this year, and I feel phenomenal. Doing that, I feel like I get way more done. I feel I'm not rushing as much, and I feel better. I felt more rested all at the same time. So, yeah, we all have to work on ourselves regardless of whatever situation we're in, shape, financial situation. Self-improvement is a part of what life is about. If you're not big on self-improvement, because it's very easy for us to get stuck in a rut. I think for me, getting stuck in a rut was very easy during the pandemic. Even though I was getting certain things done and accomplished, but I was not going to bed at a reasonable hour. I was not waking up at a reasonable hour. I wasn't, I feel more excited about the day as I get more rest, get more disciplined again. So that's just what it is. But today's word of the day is misconception. Stands for a view or opinion that is incorrect because based on a faulty thinking or understanding. And we've all been in situations where we've had a misconception of certain subject matter, certain issues that are taking place. Because, especially in the media world, because a lot of times, like with the turkey leg hut, like I talked about that, and you don't get the whole story. And that's why I'm glad that one of the owners of the turkey leg rebutted that news company that ran the story about the turkey legs hut situation, because that's just what media loves to do, especially when it comes to black-owned businesses. They just like to crap on us to make us look bad. So I have to give nothing but love and respect to the fact that the customers did not let this news story stop them from going. The fact that the media was going up to customers telling them that the turkey leg hut was in a financial situation, that's just to me crappy, because I know other companies have these same situations happen and occur because no business is perfect, and the media doesn't immediately jump to go defend, go to condemn the business and go up to the customers. That was my whole thing. They actually went up to customers, went to inside the turkey leg, and was talking to people who work there, but not talking to the owner. So that was just a cowardly move. I just have to say that. And Turkey Leg Hut is one of my favorite restaurants in the world. When I go to Houston, it's the number one place. It's a landmark. It's an African-American landmark, especially within that corridor of that specific area. I love it. It makes me feel at home, and Just like when a lot of people immigrate to the United States of America, whether they're from Central South America, any part of Africa or Asia, or even Europe, they go into a restaurant, they go into a social club atmosphere setting, and it makes them feel like they're back in their home country, whether it's Mexico, Nigeria, South Africa, Ethiopia, China, Japan, Korea, whatever the case may be. And that's what it feels like when I go inside the turkey leg. I feel like I'm going back in the day when I was growing up. My family was much more tighter compared to now. And the cookouts were amazing. The birthday parties were, no matter whose birthday party it was, no matter whose cookout it was like family felt like that. He had some good music, you had some good food, and he had smiling faces. Kids playing, adults talking trash, whether it's the men or the female and whatnot, playing cards, spades, whatever have you. People even just singing, singing karaoke in a sense. They might not have a microphone, but a good song might be coming out of a speaker, and everybody sing along, like that song, Family Reunion, a Family Reunion. The family reunions that my family had. So I feel that sense of home when I walk inside the turkey leg. From a Black American, foundational Black American, whatever you want to call African American standpoint, it's a sense of feeling at home when I walk up in a place like that. Love, togetherness, great food, great customer service. So that's why I said, if anybody misinterprets my video about the turkey leg hut, let me let you know, hey, what's going on, information man? Let me let you know that the turkey leg hut is home, and if you've never been there, you're doing yourself a disservice, because one, you have a beautiful opportunity to support a Black-owned business that is thriving, that has been through hell, through high water on various levels from now with this crazy story that the media's put out, and then two, from the smell ordinance that I think that other neighboring restaurants or people who live in the neighborhood were complaining about, but it's nothing but peace, love, and happiness when I walk in there. If you're an 80s baby or 70s baby, or 60s baby, and you know what it was like growing up in a community, the Black community, and well back in the day, I'm glad to see you doing well, information man. I love your program, and I always greatly appreciate your support, sir. And if you know what it's like growing up in a community where you had that close niche of family and togetherness, that is literally the atmosphere the moment you walk inside the turkey leg hut. So if you ever go to Houston, Texas, go to the turkey leg hut, and you will feel like you are at home, and it'll take you back into your childhood. If you had a childhood like I had, great parents, great family, togetherness, you will feel like you are at home. So that's it. Those great memories, they will pop right up, because it's a mixture of church, cookout, and a nightclub all into one. Some people are dressed like they're going to the club, going to church, or somebody's going to the cookout. But it's a combination of all, and then it's the best food and the service that you will ever get. And in today's world, in the Grubhub world, in the Uber Eats world, and the DoorDash world, there's not that many restaurants I want to go to anymore, because I can just order online. And majority of the time, the food is mediocre. So when I do go to a restaurant, that says a lot. So I'll leave it at that. But today's quote of the day, so I can get out of here and get back to what I was doing, is from Bob Marley, rest his soul. He says, the truth is, everyone's going to hurt you. You just got to find the ones worth suffering for. And that's right, because life is love, happiness, pain, and suffering. It's like one of my friends who's been married for 25 years, he says, it's not about just love and togetherness. It's whose crap you're willing to put up with, and if they're willing to put up with your crap. So on that note, do the great 3 free things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. And as I always say, make money moves, or you're going to live bro like a fool. Take care, fam.